for the Junior Rotax final, race 26 on your race order here this weekend at Warden Law. Championship leader Macaulay Bishop has the pre-final already to his name here this weekend. Can he win again and extend his championship lead heading towards PFI? Harrison Whitcomb joins him on the front row of the grid. Lewis Goff and Joshua Graham form up row 2. Ethan Jeff Hall and Gustavs Usakovs makes it an all-strawberry racing row 3. Kenzo Craigie for Argenti Motorsport starts on the 4th row of the grid. Timo Youngling is alongside him there in 8th. Archie Clark and William Antrobus complete the top 10 on row 5. Thomas Behrman and Brandon Truman form up row number 6. Thomas Ingram Hill and Lizzie Mentia go from row 7. Ewan Charman and Archie Buttle on row 8. Harrison Crowther and Aidan Hassan on row number 9. Moving further down the order to the 10th row of the grid, we find Nicholas Ellis and Ethan Head. Aris Mayauskis and Thomas Minspearing start on row 11. Oliver Majewski and Zach Turner start on row number 12.
Row 13 sees Joe Anderson and Armand Banzel, Joshua Turnbull from Kai Veach, Ethan Carney from Shun Sekaguchi, Gabriel Cullen and Rachel Robertson, Hugh Moulton and Leon Hasty round out the field as they make their way out of the horseshoe into Paddock Bend. And we can start the final race of the weekend. Junior Rotax, race 26, final is underway. Down in towards turn 1 they go. Great start from Bishop, who holds on to the inside line. Who's going to be the first of the late breakers as they all try to find a bit of grip out there on circuit. Amazingly, no one goes straight on at turn 1. That is absolutely fantastic. But crucially, Bishop already has broken away. I spoke too soon because it's all gone wrong. And the main driver in there is Kenzo Craigie. The number 44 has just been, well, is in a massive pack of drivers. So many have gone off. And I'm trying to see who it is. I
think the number 25 of Timo Youngling was also involved in that. It's not been a good weekend at all, as off goes the number 76 there into Senna 1. That is going to be Zach Turner. Bit of chaos out there on lap 1.
Yep, Brandon Truman also involved in that coming together out of turn number 1. So, yeah, like I say, not everyone getting through it cleanly. Then, as I say, and off the track, getting dragged unceremoniously, Timo Youngling's kart. Yeah, that's not gone well for him.
Yeah, it's not had the best of weekends. The winner from Glanny Gores earlier in the season. And, well, I think that pretty much puts pay to any outside mathematical chances that Timo Youngling had of becoming champion. There's a bit of a moment there. That's the number 52. How on earth did Harrison Whitcomb and Lewis Goff not have a bit of a meeting in the grass on the outside of turn 1? That was a bit of a scary moment. They survived, but they will have lost position to the likes of Joshua Graham, and potentially Gustav Usakovs benefited from that as well.
Yeah, that's a heart-in-mouth moment there for both of the drivers. Thankfully, though, they both keep going. 13 minutes to go then of this final race of the day, and still there's been some big changes at the end of the first lap. The top 4 haven't changed. Biggest mover, though, Ewan Charman. What a drive from him. 8 positions gained so far in this one. The number 42 up into P7. And a slow mover there, the number 28 going slowly. Now, who's that? That's Joe Anderson, yeah, who was in 23rd at the start of this lap, and he will have tumbled down the order now. So that's not gone his way at all. And Lewis Goff receiving a 5-second time penalty. Your driver in 3rd place, Lewis Goff. It's not going his way.
No, not at all, but it's definitely going the way of Macaulay Bishop. Look at him there, chucking the kart into turn 1. He's 1.5 seconds there or thereabouts in the lead now over Joshua Graham. Gustav Usakovs did gain out of all of that. He's up to 3rd place. Archie Clark for the KR Sport team has also jumped up to 4th. Ewan Charman gaining again, is now up to 6th spot. And a lot to... it's off the road there. That is through St. John's, and it's the number 52.
That's Lewis Goff.
Yeah, Lewis Goff. Well, he's been right on the edge, and this race goes from bad to worse. The driver who's already got a 5-second penalty loses more positions. It's just not going the way of the Sam Pollitt racing driver.
Not at all. And, yeah, well, still with the 5-second time penalty on his mind as well, he will tumble even further after the race as well. So that's just not gone his way. And the rain, once again, is starting to fall. It's starting to kick up again. Now, thankfully, all these drivers will already be on wet tyres. So if anything, some rain will help them out just that little bit more. of making sure their tyres can last just that little bit longer and not get chewed up. There at the front, it's all going calm for Macaulay Bishop. Joshua Graham, though, I've got to say, is closing in. He's pushing hard, is Joshua Graham. Fastest lap of the race there. The timer has come down to less than a second as the E-plate now, Thomas Spearing, seeing another 5-second time penalty. That's 2 he's had so far this weekend. I've counted today alone, and it's just not going his way at the moment.
Joshua Graham's driving with such confidence, was top of the intermediate classification yesterday, so he knows in his mind, I can get the edge over Macaulay Bishop in this weekend, and he's having a great run here, continuing to close, and he's just taken out, what's that, another 3.5 tenths he's taken out of Bishop's lead through sector number 1. There's the number 51 of Hugh Moulton. Good to see Hugh back out there. Didn't end the pre-final in good fashion, but is gaining positions all the while. Is up 10 spots now to 23rd.
Yeah, we just saw a brief look there at Aris Miaskis, who is there in 21st place, gaining several positions, not only in the pre-final, after making it to the pre-final from the rapid charge, now in this final, gaining more positions. What a drive he has had today, really pushing hard on this one. Change here, it's down the inside. Look at the different racing lines there. Ewan Charman is on an absolute charge here now. Fastest lap of the race and absolutely sending it down the inside. He's up into P4.
He is indeed, and that move in particular makes me think that we've talked about the track changing. So there have been a change there for third. No, this is the lead battle, isn't it?
So it was Ewan Charman who's actually gone into third, and Joshua Graham has closed up to Bishop. These Argentis are rapid in the wet.
They are indeed. They've really got on top of the setup in these mixed conditions. Macaulay Bishop, well, I think after the start of the race, may have relaxed a bit. Well, he's definitely aware of Joshua Graham closing in now. Less than 0.3 of a second. Down the inside goes Graham.
Wow.
Bishop gives him room. They're going to be side by side off of Gasworks. On the inside is Joshua Graham through Horseshoe. Bishop's trying to send it round the outside. Can he find the grip? Yes, he can find the grip. On the inside for Paddock. Brilliantly fought between Bishop and Graham. And somehow all of that, there's no change. Bishop still leads from Graham.
There's no change, but they're going to continue to scrap. Bishop loves that the wet line on the outside. The Argentis are loving the actual racing line, the slippery part of the track. They're loving that bit, and it seems to be working out for them. Bishop there was able to hold it around the outside on that the wet line. Got the waft out of the corner, was able to hold on to it, but he couldn't hold on to it through turn 1, and now Graham leads the way with 8.5 minutes to go, or just under 9 minutes to go of this race. Bishop now is struggling.
And I think the biggest problem now for Macaulay Bishop is he's seen how strong Joshua Graham is on the inside line. So the idea would be he's not going to be able to get down the inside of a gap that simply isn't there. He's going to have to do it around the outside.
Well,
having said that, now to the outside goes Graham, leaves the door open for Bishop, and he's back through. Macaulay Bishop retakes the lead of the race. Here comes Ewan Charman as well in the second of the Argentis. All change once again, 8.5 minutes to go. The top 3 covered by about 2.5 kart lengths.
This is incredible. Oh, and that's Ewan Charman with a 5-second time penalty. The number 42, who has latched onto the rear bumper of his teammate now in third place, now running with an extra 5 seconds on board with him. Now he's got to try and figure out what he's going to do. Is he going to try and really push with his teammate now to break away? Because he's going to have to, because look how close it is. The only benefit that he's got is that it is really wet out there, and the gaps have opened up quite to a large amount. So he has got that benefit to him, but he's got to try and push away with his teammate here.
He has indeed, and Gustav Usakovs is coming into this battle as well. 4th place for the number 4 at the moment there. You just see him flash through shot, 1.3 seconds. And and reducing as well. He's faster through sector number 1 than the race leaders to the inside now. So Bishop's learned he's got to stay down the inside. That is where Joshua Graham is strong at the moment. He's got to hold this. 7.5 minutes to go. We're into the second half of this race. Charman's looking for a way through, but must think, that's my teammate ahead of me. Don't want to make any mistakes in these conditions where there simply is no margin for error now. Bishop's going to try and defend down the inside, and he has picked up on the tactical change. Smart racing there from Macaulay Bishop.
Yeah, as well. But again, it's not helping out. There's still 7 minutes to go, and those drivers are still there right behind him. And now Charman goes to the inside of Graham, gets that move done through Dogleg, and moves up into second place now. Gustav Uzakovs has closed in as well, so now it's a 4-car battle for the lead, and Gustav Uzakovs is getting flashbacks from his race here last year, where he came through the field and was a surprise podium runner in that one as well. So again, Gustav Uzakovs now taking full advantage of this one. He is loving this circuit, and it always seems to go well for him here.
Other drivers who are making a lot of progress. Leon Hastie's up 22 spots to 12th place. Joshua Turnbull as well up 13. Hugh Moulton, we mentioned earlier, also up 16. There's a lot to change here. As challenging for 3rd place now, Gustav Uzakovs trying to find a way through past Joshua Graham. Macaulay Bishop still has the lead on the road, but Ewan Charman there in 2nd place, fastest driver on circuit. But with these 5 seconds to be added at the end of the race, it's not good news for Hugh Moulton, who now becomes the latest recipient of a 5-second penalty. Joshua Graham holding off Gustav Uzakovs here. It's chess again out there on circuit, but it's a lot slipperier than we've seen earlier on in the weekend.
It certainly is. Right now, though, still 6 minutes to go in this race, plus the 1 lap. And, well, here we go, change to the lead. And, well, Bishop just gave that up there. I think he knows why. He knows that Charman's got a penalty. He did not want to... Oh, in fact, is he broken? No, he's not. He's still going. Bishop there. It looks like he's got no pace.
Yeah.
Has he got an issue? Has he got no power?
Well, it's very un-Macaulay Bishop-like. He's left the door open for Ewan Charman there, then had problems through centre number 2. He seems to be back on pace now as they go through Horseshoe. That was a very strange moment for the former race leader. Joshua Graham and Gustav Uzakovs still there 3rd and 4th, and Archie Clark might be coming into this discussion as well. He's up to 5th place. He's only 3 seconds behind this group in the number 47. Wide again from Macaulay Bishop. I think it is. He's just struggling for pace on the inside line. He's trying to go to the outer line again. There's testing times to the championship leader.
Yeah, I don't think that wagon's at full power at the moment, so hopefully he can nurse that Kart to the end of this race. Still 4.5 minutes to go. Checks over the shoulder. I was thinking there the reason why he backed off just that little bit was because he knew that Ewan Charman had the 5-second time penalty.
Yep.
He didn't want to battle with him, risking an accident and falling right to the end of the field. So I just think maybe that was what it was, but I'm just not too sure, because now Ewan Charman, yes, okay, he's got that 5-second time penalty, but you've released him.
Yeah.
He's gone now, and he's nearly 1.5 seconds further up the road.
If he gets 5.01 seconds up the road, he still wins this race. That is what Ewan Charman's trying to do now. Bigger picture, though, championship-wise, Bishop's got to remember he's had such a stellar season. He's only really had 1 championship score that you would say, yeah, that needs to be a drop at the end of the year. He's still got bullets remaining in that one. If there is a problem with the kart, getting another top 10 wouldn't be a complete disaster here. Having a spin and ending 30th, for example, that would really start to put a bit of pressure on him heading towards PFI.
Yeah, exactly. And Ethan Jeff Hall as well. We've not spoke about him much this weekend. You know, he's there right now in P6. He's on his own as Uzakovs dives it down the inside now and moves up into 3rd. So Gustav Uzakovs getting past Joshua Graham and now trying to latch on and attack Macaulay Bishop here. And you're right in saying it has brought Archie Clark into the battle. But yeah, Ethan Jeff Hall, there he is. He's behind this battle. He's not battling anyone. He's just seeing this championship kind of unfold in front of him, really, as he sits 2nd in the point standings right now. I mean, there is still a fair chunk of points between the two of them. And if anything, this is all down to really Bishop here to see if he can try and get the double this year. But right now, it's all against him here at Warden Law, as everyone is just piling on the pressure on him here.
3 minutes to go.
What
is the gap? It's
3.5
seconds. It's going. It's going. Ewan Charman, even though he has the 5-second penalty on the books at the moment, has a really strong chance of winning this race because he's charging up the road. He's the only... No, that's a lie. He's not the only driver in the 105s, but he is still the fastest driver out there on circuit. And Macaulay Bishop, well, whatever is happening there, he's now got a challenge from Uzakovs. He's going to lose 2nd place here. Through goes Uzakovs. Now this completely changes the story, Anthony, because what is the pace like? This is the first time we've seen Uzakovs in clean air probably the last 6 or 7 minutes. If he can hold the pace of Charman, he's on for a race win here. Yeah,
exactly. That would be fantastic. It all falls to Gustav Uzakovs again here at Warden Law, like it was last year. And right now, he's just doing exactly what he needs to do. The gap was 4.5 seconds, but look how much he's cleared Macaulay Bishop already. Charman's still looking for a second place here at the moment, but it all falls down to Gustav Uskos. Like you said here, out of the final corner, but Charman again consistently setting the fastest lap of the race. It's going up still, 4.6. Yeah. Gustav Uskos is not closing in.
It's got to be this lap. This lap's going to be the one that tells us what the scenario is for you and Charman. If you can keep going at this pace, 1 minute 5.09, as you saw on your screen, new fastest lap of the race for the driver first on the road. In comparison, Uzakov's 1 minute 5.6. Now up the inside for third place. That's the number 88 of Joshua Graham going through and past Macaulay Bishop. Archie Clark is the next driver to challenge the current championship leader. This would still be a decent score for Macaulay Bishop. 1 minute to go. What are these sector times looking like? They're still good. They're still good for you and Charman. He's got it. He's got the 5-second lead on the road he needs to negate the penalty. What a drive this has been for you and Charman. 50 seconds to go. Can he hold it together in the slippery conditions here at Warden Law?
The only hope Ewan Charman's got here, the only question mark he's got, is he gained 14 positions through this grid. Did he affect his nose cone?
Yeah.
That's the question. He's got the 5-second in race, but if he's got a nose cone as well, that's 10 seconds, and it's all wasted. We still don't know, but Ewan Charman again consistently fastest after faster. I want to have a look at the nose cone. I just want to have a look at the nose cone on that car. That looks fine. That looks absolutely fine. It doesn't look dropped at all. So Charman is leading this way. What a final it has been for him. 14 places gained with 14 seconds left to go. He's cleared a 5-second gap from the rest of the field with that 5-second in-race time penalty added onto him. Absolute monster drive from Ewan Charman.
And you could see with the yellow visor as he went through Senna 1 there, the steel and determination in his eyes. His eyes are out on stalks at the moment, Ewan Charman's, because he's still got a job to do. That's a stunning second sector. He's extending his lead. 5.37 now the gap to Gustav Usakovs. If Gustav Usakovs wants to win this race, he's got to throw caution to the wind and gain probably 5/6 tenths on what he's been doing so far. Another new fastest lap of the race for Charman. 1 minute 5.07. 5.28 is the gap, but that's the thing. Take 5 seconds off that, it's still in the balance.
Yeah, exactly. Gustav Uskov just needs to find 0.2 of a second here to try and get the win of this race. He himself is also on an absolute charge in this one, gaining 4 positions. He is still in a chance of winning this one. The gap is 5.2. They go into Sector 2 now. It's still 5.2, but he still took a small chunk. He is coming down more and more. It's a battle of these two now. Who is going to take this? We just don't know. How are the sector times looking? They're identical. They're absolutely identical. We're going to have to wait for the next split.
19.48 for Charman through sector number 2. 19.65 for Usakovs. That's good for Charman. He just needs to keep it together for 2 more corners. That's the horseshoe done. This is Paddock. He'll sprint it to the line and then we'll wait. It's got to be above 5 seconds. Has he celebrated too early? It's a 1 minute 5.13. Here comes the gap. What is the gap?
He's done it.
5.58. What a drive from Ewan Charman. He had a 5-second penalty from earlier in the race. He found a way past Macaulay Bishop and he beats the rest of the field with a stunning drive. It's his first win in the Wera Tools British Kart Championships in Junior Rotax in 2023, and that will surely go down as one of his finest ever drives. He'll remember that one for many, many a year to come. Gustav Usakovs, you've got to give it to him as well. 5.58. It was in the balance on that last lap of the race, and it's another podium here at Warden Law. Joshua Graham makes it 2 Argentine Motorsport drivers on the podium there in third. Macaulay Bishop, strange race for Macaulay Bishop, but it is more good points, and he will have a hefty championship lead heading to PFI on the 15th of October. Archie Clark had a good race, up 4 positions, finishes in 5th. Ethan Jeff Hall continues to have a good hold on second place in this championship, finishes 6th. Lewis Goff was 7th on the road, but another driver with a penalty. 8th place for Thomas Behrman, 9th for Harrison Crowler, and 10th for Leon Hasty. Brilliant drive for Leon Hasty. Gained 24 places from 34 from last. finishes inside the top 10 for Thule Motorsport. Joshua Turnbull was 11th. Thomas Ingram Hill was in 12th. Harrison Whitcomb maybe a bit disappointed there with 13th, having started on the front row of the grid. Hugh Moulton was 14th, but also has a penalty which will reduce the number of positions he gained in that race, at least on the road. It was 19. William Antrobus completes the top 15. Nicholas Ellis was 16th. Archie Buttle, Armand Bansal and Thomas Min-Spearing all inside a top 20. That was rounded out by Aras Miauskis. Good drive there from Aras Miauskis, considering at the start of the day he had the dread of the repechage facing him. He's come through that and finished inside the top 20 in the final. Aidan Hassan finishes in 21st place. Oliver Mijewski finishes in 22nd. Gabriel Cullen was 23rd ahead of Lizzie Mentier and Kai Vetch, who was another one of our drivers coming through from the repechage. Rachel Robertson gains 6 in that race, finishes in P26. Joe Anderson, Zach Turner, Shun Sekiguchi and Brandon Truman all finished inside the top 30. Kenzo Craigie, well, he could take a lot from this weekend. The pace has been there. He took a heat win yesterday and he'll build from 31st place in this final and hopefully be back for more at PFI. There was 3 retirements in that race in the form of Ethan Head, who retired after 7 laps, Timo Youngling and Ethan Carney, who both didn't see the end of lap 1. We'll be back shortly with more here from Warden Law. For now, let's have a word from some of our sponsors.
See, hear me, and everything along those lines. You and Charman, well, finally, after a tough-fought year, you finally take your first win, but you had to work for it. 14 positions gained, a 5-second time penalty, and then they released Gustav Uzakov, who nearly crazy. Look at the cheeky smile on his face. I said, I nearly had you, but mate, you got away with that one.
Yeah, it was an amazing win. Of course, had to avoid the crash at turn 2, which was very stressful. Had to go on the grass to avoid it. And then after that, there was a gap between me and the front pack. Slowly made my way up to them, and then once I got up to them, it was quite difficult to pass Macaulay and Josh because although it's wet, you could still defend, and they did that really well. And then, but once I got past them, I was quite happy to have pulled away from the main pack. And then, of course, Gustav's got through, which and they started to slowly close in on me. And as he was closing in on me, it's just like I didn't know whether I had got it or not. And of course, I didn't know I had it up until, of course, I came across the line and the whole team celebrating. It's just a feeling that I'll never be able to recreate, really.
Exactly. That is going to go down as one of the best Rotax finals I've seen in a while. But, mate, honestly, this helps out your championship fight as well. I think that bumps you up to third in the point standing. So going into PFI, it's still looking good.
Yeah, still the possibility to win, I think. It's going to be a stretch because, of course, Bishop is quite far ahead, but I think second is definitely on.
Mate, honestly, wicked final. We'll see you on the podium. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Excellent stuff there for you and Charman. Gustav Uzakov's bring it in. What is it about this circuit that you like so much with getting, I think, I'm not going to say lucky because you're quick around here, but it always seems to fall your way?
It's a good circuit. I like it.
Yeah. I mean, talk us about that race, because as soon as you got past Bishop, you were just tantalisingly close to catching up to the back of Ewan on that one. But seriously, that was an impressive drive. I mean, from you, this weekend's been a tough one, hasn't it?
Yeah, through the heats and qualifying and pre-final, we've just been like mid-pack, like 7th to 8th. And then now, I think it's, I don't know what we did, but we found something.
Yeah. Definitely found something in that one. Still a fantastic result for yourself, and you've got the podiums coming up later on. You can enjoy that one, but like you say, this season's been a tough one. PFI, one more round to go. Are you looking forward to it, or is it just like, oh, I just want to go home?
Now we're still to play for. I think in the championship, it's quite close between like the top 3, 4.
Yeah.
So we'll see what we can do there.
Honestly, looking forward to seeing what you can do out there at PFI. Congratulations on this one. Enjoy the podiums later on.
Thank you.
Excellent stuff there. Let's bring in third place, who at the moment is just getting celebrated with Joe Tony there. Leave him alone, Joe. I need him. Mate, on this one. Well, congratulations, Joshua. I mean, that was a race. I mean, the Argentis were looking absolutely rapid out there. The different racing lines as well. You were using that tighter inside line. Way more effective than what we thought it was.
Yeah, it just seemed to be a lot grippier towards the end of the race, but yeah, pretty decent.
Yeah, solid result for yourself, like you say, coming away with that top 3. I mean, while you were racing out there, do you know what happened to Bishop out there? Because he was racing a lot, and then all of a sudden it slowed right down, and then it was defending all the way. What did you see from your point?
Yeah, towards the start of the race, I closed the gap, and then overtook him. He overtook me back, and then he started defending, which was tough to get by in this greasy, slippy conditions. But eventually, I got past him and sort of drove away.
Yeah, you were lucky with that one as well. And what were you thinking when you saw Ewan come through the field? Because he started well down there, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the KR chassis is really good around here. So, yeah, he won last week here as well. So I knew he was going to be pretty quick. So, yeah, well done to him. Yeah,
well, still well done to you as well. It's still a solid result going P3. We'll see you on the podiums a bit later on. But, yeah, well done.
Thank you. I'd like to thank Argenta Motorsport, KR chassis, my dad's... Ron Meadows and Danny Sweeney.
Hey, honestly, well done. Congratulations. We'll see you on the podium.
Thank you.
Right then, thank you so much for your patience. We now head on to the final, which is the Junior Rotax final. Race 26 of the weekend, and probably one of the most exciting, nail-biting finals we've seen in a while. Please welcome onto the podium, finishing in 3rd position after 15 laps of racing for Argenti Motorsport, the number 88, Joshua Graham. Joshua having a good result, gaining 1 position in the final to get onto that top spot, or onto the 3rd pot of the podium. Moving on to 2nd place. And representing Strawberry Racing from Latvia, the number 4 after gaining 4 positions, Gustav Uzakovs. It all seems to go well for you here at Warden Law. Can it do well at PFI as well? I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in Junior Rotax. And then finally, on to our race winner. After gaining 14 positions, and a 5-second time penalty, gaining a 5-second gap to still take the race win. Please welcome in his first final win of the year, it's Ewan Charman! Again, an absolutely fantastic drive, winning by just half a second after the penalty applied, but still a brilliant result after 15 laps. And he fails at the final hurdle, and he can't do his hat. There it is, he finally gets his hat on. Nice big smiles, and his winning mechanic as well. I always forget. Charlie Charman, please welcome onto the podium. Almost forgot you, Charlie.
Oh, that'd have been trouble.
But he stayed charming. Look at that. Charming, Charlie, Charman. Perfect. That's a tongue twister to say. Perfect. A huge round of applause. Big smiles. Your final then, please. A huge round of applause for Junior Rotax. Well, there we are. What a way to end a weekend. A huge congratulations to all of our finalists. One more round to go for Rotax.